on 7. My name is Ananda Samas-Cud.
And my name is Brandon Usher, and boy, oh boy, was that some like memories coming back. Beautiful songs, man. Love it. But yes, guys, today is May 12th. Just like that, we are almost mid-month already.
Factual.
I feel like me just beginning today.
I don't mind me to go fast, because I'm hot.
So what do you think June and July and August will bring?
I feel like there might be a new leaf in the June-ish, and then in July, you don't know. You don't know when I come. I just try to get through the hot months, okay? That's what I try to do. That's where I'm at.
Okay, Ren, sure.
But we have excitement coming in because where we're at right now is on 7. And today is International Nurses Day. So happy Nurses Day to all the amazing trailblazing nurses out there that are doing the thing, that are providing excellent health care, that are providing so much love, listening to the stories, holding the hands, making sure the medication is correct, making sure you counsel them along the way, like the additional extra stuff, and do it and probably leave it to hours of sleep. So, big up to every single one of you. We're going to be talking to the Ministry of Health and Wellness about that and how they're celebrating and what's taking place. But what else do we have for sleep?
Right, apart from that, guys, we know that Carnival season is almost here with the opening happening at the end of this month.
Oh, yes.
But so now we want to find out more about how you create their costumes and their wires and everything like that. Guys, there's a Wired for Change workshop coming up for you guys. So you want to be a part of that to find out how you can extend and expand and create such gloriousness and deliciousness.
Twist it up like Malik chicken and just make sure everything goes like boom. And then all at the same time, you have to make sure you hold it on and then not joke nobody back.
Yes,
that's
or to go to somebody eye next to you.
That too. But you know what? We're here for it all, guys. Exciting conversation, all that and so much more. But you know how this works. Put your comments in the comment section. Make it live, interactive, and respectful. Of course. Shall we get to the couch?
Yes.
Whine your boom boom, whiny whine your boom boom. Whine is tiny, roll back is tiny.
I've come to find that the truth isn't what we were told. So where
to everybody on Sunup,
do I seek the answer that's worth looking for today?
and we're going to be talking about the hot shush that has been happening over the weekend. So
may seem that it'll never change, they say, but if you tear down the wall that's blinding us all, you'll see the way today. A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today.
Good morning, my beautiful people, and welcome to your Tuesday episode of Sunup on 7. So before we bring you the show, we have to bring you the weather and the traffic, courtesy of the Belize Met Service and Smart.
Good morning, Belize. Our latest radar imagery showed little to no rainfall was observed over the country. Seasonably warm and mostly dry weather continues over the area. The 24-hour forecast: sunny with a few cloudy spells today and clear to partly cloudy skies tonight. Little or no rainfall is expected. The maximum temperatures for today will reach 89 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 96 inland, and 82 up in the hills. The low temperatures for tonight will be around 81 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 71 inland, and 65 up in the hills. The winds will be from the east-southeast at 5 to 15 knots, and the sea conditions will be choppy. A high tide will occur this morning at 6:17, followed by a low tide this afternoon at 12:51, another high tide this evening at 6:52, and another low tide early tomorrow morning at 12:51. The sun will set this evening at 6:16 and will rise early tomorrow morning at 5:21. The moon will set this afternoon at 2:19 and will rise early tomorrow morning at 2:37. In the sargassum forecast, there is a possibility that a few more sargassum mats could drift ashore during the coming days, moderately impacting beaches across the country. In the fire risk forecast, the risk for forest or brush fires will remain high around the country. The outlook for Wednesday and Wednesday night is for similar weather conditions to prevail. For a review of our forecast and other products, please visit our website at nms.gov.bz. Our next forecast comes out at 12 p.m. this afternoon. With that, we end this morning's forecast from the Belize National Met Service.
The guys, and it's gonna be hot. I think it's just,
It's been hot.
it's just a matter of rhetoric at this point. It's gonna be hot. And the sun's gonna be out too. That's how that sounds. During these months, guys,
You know how crazy? At like 5:30, a hot. You know how ridiculous that is? At 5:30.
Well, the thing with Baccabush specifically is that nice breeze that blow Baccabush, but
Hot breeze?
with that breeze come lotta dust. Dust.
There's nothing worse than the touchdown thing, I know.
I mean, upon top of my water cooler, they're like, man, you wipe it overnight and by next morning.
That's what irritate me because I clean my house now. I clean my house. So why you have to be so dusty out here in these streets and I clean you,
That's
friend?
the thing, and because I don't have no obstruction for the breeze, right? All the dust end up in my house. Like last week, I cleaned my house, and they're like, I like it nice, and if the ground feel nice, I walk barefoot and everything, and by the evening, don't feel like beach.
Like, this don't make sense. We need to take it back. But how are you guys doing, everyone in the chat?
And
how are we feeling?
Hello to everyone in the jewel, and good morning to you, Roberto Garcia. Yes, he need to tell we good morning, and then everybody in the jewel.
Thank you, Belize and Girl. Challenge everyone, because he always watch from some place. Somebody say he watch from Guatemala. Belize and Girl say, send proof.
I
Challenge her, because he likes saying he watch from all over the place. Send me a picture.
Proud of Belize
Come
and Girl.
true.
Send the receipts. How are you feeling this morning, Ren?
I am surviving.
Gaia Lee, Scary Spice,
Yes.
plugs on top of your head.
Something like that. Yeah. I'm alive. I am alive. Thank you, Jesus. I am alive and I am here. That's what I'm going to say. That's what I'm going to say, Brandon. How are you feeling?
I am alive and I'm here as well. You
can't teeth my one. Get one next one.
Well,
are you dusty?
No. No, I've been telling you in the vehicle, it's like this time of year, I guess the heat, the dust and everything just to get to me. Like, I have this headache I had this headache yesterday and I go sleep and everything like that, and I wake up this morning and like the headache peep out, but I think that just the dust. I very, very funny with dust.
The dust, it's the heat, it's the sweat, it's all that thing in one. But you know what? You're right. I will say I rather dust than pollution, so let's go take a woo in.
But you don't even know. You never know if the pollution makes right up in Lesotho.
Yeah. But we know that like some other countries where
and then around this time at our fire season as well. So even people in the villages, of course, always burn some sort of fire. So you smell that smoke there as well, and it get to me. All that get to me, right?
But that's true. We're very blessed as a nation because people don't have a lot of breathing problems.
It makes sense now why a lot of dust they roam in my house, because they're fixing the road by me.
See?
So
you must suffer so that we all may reap benefits later on.
You know what? That's my sacrifice to you.
You're welcome. That's what he says. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I've done it everall right now. So let's move into our couch topics because we have
I just see what you said, but yes, let's jump on into our topic.
We don't
this morning.
entertain to the every out of order and you wanna broke up phone or behave yourself. So, oh, thank you, Roberta.
There we go.
Big up yourself. I was wondering where your comment was coming from. I never did see Roberta comment, but I was like, big up to you, Roberta. Thank you. That warms our heart on a Tuesday morning.
This is how you look. This is how you look in Belize right now. And people can't say that. But
People can't say that. Moving on. So, guys, I'm sure everybody remembered it broke our hearts to see the unfortunate situation that took place last week at the Buzz with the murder of Miss Selma.
Selma Oriana Funes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So Miss Funes, we know was at her occupation, you know, relaxing by the bar with the bartender and other work colleagues, and unfortunately, a young man, 16 years old, came in. We saw the video footage where, you know, they were talking and everything, and then later on, he just burst out in fire, shooting at her, and we can be able to report that there were like 15 bullet wounds also, you know, and with all of that
I think that she was shot 15 times, but it could be entry and exit wounds.
So
right?
wounds, guys, that's why I made it very clear, 15 bullet wounds. Now, on that same note, on that same night too, with everything and the commotion that was taking place, there was actually a mistake that was made by another news media house that was posting about the murder, and they had posted up Miss
Shayanta
Williams. I have to say, because it's a pretty name and it's fancy, and I used to say,
it is a beautiful name.
So Miss Shayanta Williams was actually the person they said had died. And, you know, her mother and her family were frantic about the whole thing. That we were able to get her voice on interview about that whole situation, the whole night, what took place. And, you know, she was just recollecting that, like, they're working.
She turned her back to fix her hair and everything like that. And next thing you know, she was talking to another co-worker of hers about little, you know, chit-chats.
Yeah, no chit-chats. We just settle, we didn't settle in properly. Yeah.
Right. And she recalls hearing a loud bang followed by louder bangs, and she's like, wait, why does it sound like gunshot? And then she realized that blood is coming down her head. And that's when she realized that, yes, this is a shooting that's happening. She took cover. After the person ran out, she did see one of her co-workers with a gunshot wound to her hand, and then she saw the unfortunate lifeless body of Miss Funes on the ground. She recalls haunting details about all of that, right? But what made it even worse was, again, the inaccurate reporting of one media house. That she was the one that was shot and lost her life. And so when she was in the hospital, she recalls her mom and her aunt reaching the hospital, and her mom couldn't even fathom or stomach the idea that her daughter was dead. So she sent in the aunt.
Yeah, she couldn't even
first. And after conversations with the aunt and everything was all right, then the mother came in, and I mean, grateful for the life for her daughter, I mean, the survival of her daughter, right? But crazy incidents. And it just goes to show again the inaccuracy and just I guess the sensationalism of some of these online media houses. That they just want to get that story out there, right?
And you have to be careful, especially like when it comes to pronouncing somebody dead or saying that somebody lost their life in general.
Or in the case of the AI. And you know, the thing is, right, and I spoke to my dad about this, and yes, while the police are concerned about, okay, this AI could have looked like somebody else, and then that puts people at jeopardy, it could also be said, you know what, when we go to court and the evidence pop up and said, no, that's not me. This is the real video I saw, and this video don't look nothing like me. So that goes towards, like I said, the defense lawyer could use that video. Which one are they doctored? We don't know,
and there should be a software that can be able to put an image through to see if it's doctored. So I also say that we can be able to trump these things because, of course, looking at this, you will literally say, this thing look real.
I looked at this, and I'm like, why does 16-year-old look like about 30? Like,
right?
This not. I picked that up, right? But people out there might be like, wait, why does this look like, I don't know, Jeffrey, or I just look like Robert? I don't know.
So definitely, it's something to look into, and I just say for the police department and in general, anybody that deals in the idea of investigation, it is going to be a hard time around for lawyers, for persons in the justice system when it comes to now what AI can do and what AI can produce. And I'm just hoping that we can be able to get software that can detect, you know, when things are generated. We can be able to, foolproof these things to make sure.
But then you realize you need a whole expert witness in a court for try even use the software, or when they do for use the software for debunk whatever was doctored, if it was doctored. That one whole, it's a whole issue, and it just goes to show, and I agree with what ASP was saying, this is meant that these media houses out there need to be very, very careful. Very careful. And so I'm thinking about the act of spreading false news and all of things, which is an offense. So why not go to these media reports or media houses that are creating these false narratives and showing these false pictures and charge them with it? I know one media house, we know who that the owner, but is the owner really the owner behind on papers? That's the one next thing. But
sips water.
The inaccuracies, the falsities that are being spread out there by some of these media houses, as Courtney said, media houses, it could create havoc and could get people acquitted. It could get people charged wrongly. It could get people jailed wrongly. A whole bunch of things.
And this is why I'm saying, like, it's just the investigation team that has to do an extra homework to make sure that whatever is posted is accurate. And for us as consumers of media, we have to be mindful too and check other sources, check other outlets, make sure you know where it's coming from and it's reliable. Yes, people can make mistakes or so, but for certain details, you have to really be on it and like correcting these things as soon as possible if a mistake is made. And just before just pushing something out, making sure you're verifying what's taking place, because it happens to everyone, but I will say that we have to make sure and do it as our duty that produce that information, that it's giving the right information.
As
so people,
media,
because you know how profit go, we hear one thing and they're like, oh, even if you correct it, they don't, your mind, you don't fathom this is the whole day. So we move on into our...
And we just want to report that, yes, the 16-year-old was charged yesterday. He is remanded behind the Belize Central Prison until June something, if I'm not mistaken, where he will be, brought back. But yes, moving on now.
Moving on into our second, and I feel like I'm just going to allow you, Brandon, to shine in your glory of your lawyerhood, of your toughness.
Taff is still at a law school and he is taking his exams right now. Taffy don't know nothing about this.
Taffy.
But so this has to do with the whole Ryan Budna kidnapping. We know that a case was brought in the court by Ryan Budna with his attorney Arthur Saldiva against about 9 different defendants, if I'm not mistaken, including the government of Belize, the AG, the Karim Musa in his personal capacity, these police officers in their personal capacity as well. And what happened was that the Attorney General's ministry, and I think the Commissioner of Police, if I'm not mistaken, they brought an application in the court to have this whole case being struck out. Now, striking out a case isn't necessarily an easy thing to do. Because there's several, it's seen as draconian, right? But you have to meet certain elements in order for the court to decide or to consider that the case can be dismissed.
Obviously, it cannot have anything that holds in that sense.
So there's several different reasons why that can be, but in this case specifically, that application was denied and is allowed to progress in the court, but under certain circumstances. So now what the judge in her wisdom said was that there are several constitutional breaches that occurred in this. So the right people to sue is effectively the government of Belize, and through them, the Attorney General and probably the Commissioner of Police, striking out the cases against several of the defendants, including Karim Musa, who was the Minister of Home Affairs at that time. As well as the other policemen, because effectively the constitutional breaches that occurred or that are claimed to have occurred will be addressed by the government itself. There is enough evidence in the pleadings, in your claim form and everything like that to say that, yes, you do have a prima facie case, a first glance case that, yes, there are constitutional breaches, so we'll allow it to go, and full trial will circumvent all of these issues. But, yes, the case goes on with only 2, I think, defendants out of the, I think, 9 of them.
Yeah, because there was a whole list of, like, when you go to market and you have to get all of them, I think, that me literally that. I watched it, I was like, oh. That's a lot of people. So
So now
we had
the
to
case
cipher
continues,
through,
guys.
and then, you know, like you say, strike out certain names and certain persons, like former Minister of
Home Affairs.
Karim Musa. And we'll see how this goes and continues to go.
So
on it.
the government know they have time in order to issue a defense in this whole case, and the case
It's
progresses
28
from
days
there.
they have
28
to
days.
be able to file their defense, and from there we'll see if the saga continues, what's going to be the case with this case.
All right.
So in that we rest our case. And then
Moving on into another case.
the SOE, and I see people in our comments saying SOE should be for 12 months instead of 30 days. People are wondering how long it's going to be. Literally, you know how hilarious this is? I was walking on the street yesterday, and a man, he's like, I love the show. And then he just started to talk to me about the SOE. He said, you know about this SOE? I didn't try to understand what part did the whole, what are the areas there? And then he said, how that? Because you know, sometimes they would I say specific streets or so, but that what part, then the thing was hilarious about this. We're continuing to walk. We meet a policeman on the way, and he's like, hey, what the SOE cover? And he's like, hold us outside, sir.
Oh, wait. Who asked about the SOE?
The cover, the gentleman, one of the gentlemen that
Oh.
want to walk with me.
Okay, all right. I just asked because I'm like,
Not
how
the police, no,
how the
he
police
was
are
asking the
asked that?
police officer, and the policeman is like, hold us outside. And then,
Not outside though.
and then like, so he was going into that part, and then after that I was like, okay, so we understand, because I think we've gotten to this point where sometimes we see SOEs that have that big amount of saying we're covering all of this area, but we've also seen very specific SOEs that look
Right.
at like the
One
Martins
area,
area,
two
or
areas,
two
right.
areas, certain lanes and streets and whatever, because it's very selected, selective, right, in that sense, where it's directed towards a certain specific group or area or whatever. But we know for this one, cover everybody.
Including villages up in the Belize district, or northern Belize district, all along the river valley, all of them people get liquid to SOE. But how long specifically will this SOE last? Well, we know that due to the emergency powers, they usually last for 30 days.
With chance of extension.
Yes, with chance of extension.
Throw it
And
out
when interviewed yesterday, the compal was saying, well, yes, there may be an extension. It depends on how the tensions, if the tensions remain high,
They
the
can be
tensions
able to
can be
manage the
quelled.
crime, because that's what they consider SOE, you know, crime management, you know, crisis management. So with that idea, we also want to make note that, you know, the way how the SOE said, they're saying that this is very targeted. They already know the persons that they want to be able to pick up, that they have pending cases. Like I think you've mentioned before, we haven't yet, that there are pending cases that they're trying to go through too.
Oh yes, there's still the two conflicting judgments still, they go up to the Court of Appeal in order to be heard, to see what if it's really constitutional in order to have these SOEs, and if so, what are the requirements to call an SOE, right? So we know since then there has been no SOE until now, because things just they get really
Things get
drastic.
hot, yes.
And I mean, like this weekend was just wild. This weekend with all over the country was just shootings and stabbings. It's unfortunate, but SOE, and yeah, the SOE is in place at this point, but it depends, guys. We don't know how long it will extend, if it will extend.
Well, if it extends in the first place. And at this point, we just
Depends
want to
on the
make
tensions.
it be mindful that, you know, with these SOEs, if you're not aware that children are not allowed after 8 p.m., so please you are mindful that and children are not allowed after 8 p.m. So
To
if-
6 a.m.
Yeah, to 6 a.m. Thank you for that. So from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. So after that time, once they're supervised, they're fine and everything too. And they also said we're not supposed to be assembling in groups of 3 or more. So
No public loitering,
me,
guys.
Glenn, Brandon, and Mary Francis to hang up on the block, just to talk,
You could get pick up.
pick up.
Gyan.
And remember that case too where there was a child that the judge said, you know, it was fine, you just need to do a warning because he was, you know, assembling with a group too. So we know that it's serious upon that. So I really advise you guys to be mindful of these different things.
No public drinking in these
And
areas
I'm
as
so
well.
happy for that one. Honestly, I feel like if that's what the SOE, they please just keep that one all day long.
Well,
Because
that is supposed to be the thing.
It is supposed to be the thing, but I don't feel like it's enforced the way it's supposed to be,
So
because
that is supposed to be enforced now?
it was supposed to be enforced long time with people
Yeah, but
public
did
drinking, but
did
they
they
don't
enforce it? So now why do they enforce it now?
because of SOE. So SOE makes it be enforceable. But anyways, I'm super tired of seeing people drink up, go on crazy, and they stand right at the store, you know. That's the thing about crazy. They like they're in a yard. They stand right at the store.
And they don't respect the store owners, because I've seen the instance where the store owners are like, please get off the premises. Get off the premises.
So now
if you're in front of the street, and you're on the street, that's public road, but not don't drink in my store. That's the thing where
they stay right there. And then like, yeah, next one, and they'll stay right there.
Yes,
so definitely,
Ed, you say one.
Super. Oh, we done Ed. Am I you? I don't know. So definitely, these are some things that to take in consideration for the next 30 days. Of course, you know, with SOEs, everybody has their mixed opinion and their mixed feelings of how they think the SOE is supposed to be wrong.
Somebody saying you have to extend it for 12 months.
And that's what I said. So I said there are different views that people say, yes, have the SOE. I feel safer with that. Put their lock there up, do this X, Y, and Z. Like, I've heard enough from that. Then you hear people will say it's unconstitutional. They don't feel like it's right. They hold back so much people. It's just a blanket situation. What happened? Where are we?
No, because when you say Glenn, Brandon, and Mary Francis, the chill for the corner, somebody respond, Jefferson Grandale said, Brandon look like Babylon. Nobody would have picked one up.
I'm glad you said it about him.
I can argue my way out of it.
You are arguing, yeah, be like Taffy. With the extreme circumstances that we are standing here in today, the whole, I feel like we made a try. Anyways, we're not even going through what we made a try, and I stand for your thing.
Thank you.
But yeah, so just understanding all of that in itself, I'm not sure how some people feel about the SOE. I've heard some comments, but how do you feel about this one? This time around, Brandon?
Belizean gal, no, you cannot drink by the seawall, even though that the one thing will happen every... I did not know that people still do that. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, like, what? But yes, how I feel about the SOE?
How do you feel about this one coming around?
You know what? It was expected. It was expected. I never realized how long it may take, but I understand as well that they're trying to not cross over into an SOE because of the conflicting judgments, and you know what, people get slapped on their wrists, or people
I feel like they're being a lot more strategic with how they're doing this SOE.
But after the wave of violence that I have seen over these past 2 weekends, because Agric weekend never easy, this past weekend was not easy. I'm like, what really they happen here? So is it that crime is really out of control, but why SOE not to get bring at the same time? But I understand the conflicts that may happen during that point or so, but then bam. I was shocked on, I think it was Saturday, when I just scroll through and I say talks of SOE, and then I realized, oh my gosh, what SOE is actually in place. And the areas, like the area from Princess Margaret, or all that's in between Princess Margaret, Freetown, and Barak Road. So the whole triangle is in an SOE. And then you have other places which, yes, are usual SOE places, but then when you look on the villages there, and I'm like, what? Bermuda Landing, Rancho Dolores, and all. I'm like, wait, what? Wait. But then you have to think about the people that were kidnapped out there too. So they're like one whole area. And I'm like, okay.
I don't think that they're just randomly choosing areas or anything like that. I think that obviously they had to do some level of homework and investigation to understand that this is widespread, that, you know, people have certain members that are moved and relocated in certain areas. Because I'm sure that you're fully aware, if you're not, that the way how gangs sometimes work, if they see that things are getting hot, sometimes they relocate persons in certain areas and places. And so I'm sure that, yeah, so...
Is it going from the hood, right?
I used to work at the Department of Youth Services, okay? So we understand certain little things. But anyways, on that same note, like I said, people sometimes relocate. But just for the tension to go down, there's safe houses for certain people. And yeah, there are things that happen in that accord. So understanding that note, understanding how that is, I'm sure that they're looking and seeing who needs to be picked up, you know, if things are getting too hot, how to do that. Because the truth is, Brandon, we've seen broad day, like 3 p.m. when people to come from school, shoot out, they happen, all kind of thing.
Big morning.
And bullet no got no kind of name, they no cane at all when they get shot. Anybody will get it, it no matter.
That's true.
And so I do also understand the need to kind of see if we can take a pause, do a little structure, evaluation kind of thing. I'm just hoping to see, because of all these cases, the cases that are up in the court, that we can be very mindful of how we manage when it comes to dealing with minors, when it comes to dealing, with persons that, have nothing to do, because you can't pick up people's family and all these kind of things, because we've had cases and incidents of that too. So I'm just
Right.
saying, I'm just looking at the idea of being super strategic with it, and they said that,
Interesting thing. at
crime
the-
leaders have been picked up too. I mean, gang leaders have been picked up. That's what they said in the interview.
Yeah,
So.
interesting thing at the gym the other day, somebody approached me and asked me, Brennan, what are the purpose of the LIU, right? Because, see nothing that happened from the LIU. The LIU is there for, managing people who want to change their lives, but then in those elements as well, in those persons who want to change their lives, there are certain persons who just don't care, and they continue to do these things, right? So is it really effective in a way? Because you have the people there who just sit down there to collect their money and still go to them bad this out the street. And then you have the people where want to make an actual living, want to change their lives and everything like that. But because of these bad persons, the whole LIU system, they get cast on bad light, right? So what really is the function of the LIU?
And there's so much things, because
Not tough.
it's a tough thing to navigate, because I see there's so much good in the LIU. There's so much where they're trying to navigate this. You're dealing with serious personalities. You're dealing with persons that grew up in a certain life and now you to try to tell them to turn a next leaf just because somebody dead front of them, right? And they've been seeing death. So you have to talk to somebody now and tell them death, gone, survival, and this way of belonging. The family that they all knew is not their family anymore, that you need to turn a new leaf. So you could just understand, and I'm not justifying anything in any kind of way, shape, or form, but I'm just saying it's a hard job to have to navigate for the LIU. And so I give them props to how they try to speak to persons, how they try to do it, and we'll see how this SOE comes. I just wait to see what can come from the 30 days and see if things properly settle. Because, I've heard comments also that this just happened for the 30 days and right after that thing go right back to the same way. So
but the craziness is it erupts as a time to run when there's high uncertainty in the world, especially with rising prices for everything. Could it be that we are experiencing the results of the pinch? People, they get desperate out there, so no.
That's true.
People, they get desperate. But we're moving on into our next topic this morning, and this one, tensions are arising indeed. We go down to Indian Creek, where we know the whole saga about the alcalde,
promised land,
Mr. Kante, that was actually
had land documents and all kind, and then he get kidnapped out of nowhere. There was the troubling voice note, that was sent, and when he was found. After that, they made a try and understand what happened. He had a couple little bruises and scrapes on him, so they made a try to get his story. He did not bring his story directly to the village. He actually went into our next village and shared the story and everything.
never accept no questions for anybody. And so the village chairman of Indian Creek Village yesterday took to the news and said, wait, but things just not they add up. Why you even gone the Laguna?
Why you gonna want next village? Just like your village,
you don't have nothing
people.
for do. Exactly, you don't have nothing for do with Laguna. You are responsible for us. You are responsible, or we are. You are. Yeah, responsible to us, right? So you need to actually go ahead and tell we your story, because we are left in the dark at this point or so. And then don't accuse Mr. Chuck here for being a part of the whole kidnapping and everything like that. And he said, no.
So I got receipts, meaning I had friends where I made it out with me, had nothing to do with that. And how you could come and check, because I have people who are covering my story. I was like, okay, you tell them.
So
and he also made it very clear that this was not something that he decided for the village. The village decided that people said that, and they have the ultimate choice. They decided that we're voting out not just this specific alcalde. They vote out the alcalde system for their village. So even that in itself, brother, I was like, wait, they could even do that?
They never just want Mr. Kante. They want the whole system out.
He said nobody will come back.
People
nobody
want the village council to take over.
On I'll go. I just Lone Village Council, state one, which I was like,
This is how they get down.
This be going somewhere now. And obviously, You see people upset. You see this is coming from a place of now a lot of commotion taking place in these villages down south. I'm trying to understand how are they going to navigate it, because there's this thing that's taking place with obviously this Indian Creek village, but there are other underlining issues that are taking place in villages either way. Like people are coming to try to get in other people's land. There's still those stories that are happening where people are coming and settling on other person's village. We've had persons talk about that. There's also the thing with the private owners and what's taking place with the government and how we're managing this land situation. There's so many dynamics of what's taking place with land and these villages down south. And it's just to add one next layer to it.
Aspect of it is the government of Belize trying to figure out their way as to how they
I
want
pray
to
for
get
them,
this
like
thing.
at this
No,
point,
it's
because
tough. It's
this tough. This tough. Anybody would deal with Indigenous affairs?
There's
they would
so
shoot.
many working parts to this
they would
entire
shoot.
thing, you saw, where they're like, wow, right? But it's interesting to see that the village is now against the alcalde, right? They never. Some of them were not against the alcalde when they get their land certificates, and so which
But also because remember
Mr.
they had
Kante
people
said,
whenever they in the village when they get land for the village too.
which Mr. Kante is saying that yes, he understands that yes, that was an illegal handing out of these land certificates, but so many things have been brought into questions because nobody really know about this kidnapping story, and why are you not addressing the people, your villagers, about what
And
really
all
happened with this thing?
They even
right?
tripped on Miss Christina.
Yes.
They even say how she allow something like that to make
She
the
the back there up,
How they back there up? How she allow her to not come and contact front a village? We that the village is supposed to answer to we, and I was like, you know what? I hear what you say, Papa.
Miss Claudia, carry your phone or your laptop or something with you.
What happened?
That's it. They say you need to go use bathroom, but you don't want me to go shock.
And it's juicy. It's honestly juicy when you think about like all the different dynamics that are taking place. That's why I say, on both sides, on all sides, sweat the calm. This is a situation and a half. And does this now, Brandon? And this is my big question because you're seeing this take place with Indian Creek. Will this be of coming attractions for other villages that might have issues with their chairperson or with their alcalde that they say, you know what, vote the whole system out, not even the person out, because when one village does it, other persons can get the idea like, maybe this system works. So what will happen now with their leadership when it comes to villages moving forward? And will that also cause an issue when it comes to this whole land situation, how they fight for it? Because again, lot of different tensions coming from all different sides can mess up the whole pot.
Yes, that means.
I did think about all of it, and you know we don't have answers obviously for you, but it's just something to think about as you navigate it in this present situation.
Okay, so Miss Rose
Miss Rose Telway
is saying that right now. Saying that this is the reason why that cannot work. He has his reasons, so it is not the alcalde he wants out because he wants Yashche to get their way. And then she said, do not say the village, it is only a portion of the village. And yes, we've reported on the conflicts happening within different villages down there, where some of them are for communal land rights and some of them are for the actual land, the government to give land or to put them under the government's land tenure, right? So there's different villages down there that are conflicted as well, and Indian Creek seems to be one of them. We've reported on that too, that some of them want to be under the government system and some of them want to be under the communal system. So it's very split, and we asked the CEO of Indigenous Affairs here before, and he said, yes, that is going to be somewhat a conflict when we reach that point.
Definitely something. And of course, it's not everybody from Indian Creek. There are definitely some villagers that don't want no part of all the commotion that's taking place. But we do know that there were some villagers that came up and did this whole thing. They obviously were reporting on the story, and we can see the chairperson talk about it. I do want to do a big up because a lot of people are complimenting this blouse that I'm wearing. I actually got this from San Miguel village.
Shail?
Huh?
Is it Shail?
No, this is from one of the Mayan ladies there, Miss Chuck, if I'm not mistaken.
There we go.
She created for me, and then I think Miss Diana has two also, like a pink and a yellow. And
do they make male ones?
I don't know, Miss D.
I would love.
They're so nice though. They're so nice and they're so comfortable. Honestly,
I would love.
It's so nice. So just throwing that out there, guys. So big up to Miss Chuck from San Miguel Village. You did do a thing. Yeah. So. Just throwing that out.
All right, guys, moving on into our fifth topic. And this one, well, the hantavirus. Will it be our next pandemic? Will it be all of that? Well, CARFA, which is the Regional Health Authority for the Caribbean, is saying that no, it will not.
Don't be alarmed. This is not like coronavirus.
Yes. It doesn't spread like coronavirus or one. Yes, it's a respiratory illness that develops, and just a little bit of history on it. There was a cruise that came from Argentina, sailing along the place with some people who had respiratory illnesses. We know that 3 people have died from it. We knew that several others have been affected from it, from 28 different countries that these people come from. And what it causes, or how it is caused, is by infected rat urine and feces. And specifically, what they are saying is that this one is there are different strains, and this one is the Andes version of the strain. Like I said, 3 people have died, 8 have been diagnosed with it, and the ship was supposed to go to the Netherlands. It is now docked in the Canary Islands in España. And we're trying to see contact tracing, international contact tracing for those who have actually been released, to see if they have been actually going amongst the people. But they're saying that
it's not one of
this
those
specific strain, even though it is released from, droplets,
urine and the feces from the rodents and
but between humans.
Oh, yes.
There's a low human-to-human contact there.
Because you have to be in a long time.
For a long time, right? So you have to be kissing or in the same room and breathing the same air, coughing, all of this for a long period of time before you can contract. I think the incubation period, they said, is 1 to 6 weeks in order to do it. And I think I read an article, that 40% of those persons, you have a 40% or 60% chance of survival. So it's a pretty high thing, but it's hard to contract. So when it comes to the Caribbean, CARFA is saying that no, we should not be worried when it comes to that because of the way how it is spread. It's not spread as easily as COVID, but yes.
So just to be mindful, I think this, a good thing to tell everybody, when you clean up on a area, clean up on a house, because the idea of the backyards and stuff is rodent feces, rodent urine, and these
vermin,
kind of
different
things.
vermin about.
Different vermin. So, these things thrive, and when there's like rubbish and all of these things piled up or so. So just in that regard, just do a clean out this weekend. Try make the place look a certain type of way, because you never know when things can be settling in certain areas, and if you have a rat issue, just be mindful of it. But I'm glad to have them come out with this, because
they do mail calls.
They do mail.
Yes.
That's what somebody's saying in here. So big up to you, Brandon. You could probably get one, because it's really nice. It's really nice, and they have beautiful colors. And she has cloths where you could pick which color you want, and you could change a different design and everything. But yeah, like I was saying.
And no, Bella Mullings, I did not say Shein. I said Sheil. That's another Maya brand down south. So yes.
I could see how she could hear that.
Yeah, I can see how he said that, but yeah.
we do definitely have a big up to give.
Yes, so we have come to the end of our couch talk.
Come to the ending of our couch talk.
And a huge shout out goes to Mr. Javier and Orissa Molina. They're celebrating their 25th wedding anniversary today.
So beautiful.
So beautiful.
Happy blessed anniversary to you guys. May the Lord bless you with many more beautiful years of understanding, love, peace, adventure, making memories. Because you make memories for so many people. I'm hoping that you continue to make beautiful memories for yourself in every single way.
This one is coming from your daughter, Zavi.
Yes, which is an avid viewer just like you guys. So we want to big you guys up for that and sending you all the love. Happy anniversary, Mr. Javier and Miss Orisa. We love and appreciate both of you so much, and your family in general.
Yeah.
They're a part of Sunup and Seventh family.
Of course. But with that, guys, this is the end of our couch talk this morning, and we will be having a beautiful sunrise.
We do.
This one is coming in from, what part is there in?
The River of Monkey.
Oh, Monkey River?
Monkey
Okay.
River.
I've never been.
I think I've been there one, but it was like a while back.
Monkey
I don't know why when I hear Pande River, Pande Bank.
Well, I've never been to Monkey River. Wow.
Now you know where you need to go.
This is the Toledo district, right? This is the beginning of Toledo district. if I'm not mistaken.
I can't
Yes, 'cause
remember.
my
I feel like
lectures are
I've
there,
been.
but they-
The thing is, I've been in so many
Belize
places,
side.
but you just not remember because you go so much places. That's the problem sometimes.
Thank you so much for that beautiful submission, though.
That is from Barbara. I'm trying to remember. Barbara Garbot. So,
Okay. There we go.
wrong answers only. Back at OG house. But guys, with that, we've come to the ending of our couch talk. We thank every single person that's been able to tune in, to share comments, to compliment, to say what they feel, what they not feel, what all they go on, because we thrive on hearing from you guys. And of course, your exchange with each other and all of that. We just thrive on the community that we've built here with Sunup and you guys. And so we've come to the end. We're going to go to our first commercial break. And when we're back, we're diving into exciting conversations ranging from Wired for Change to talking about Ministry of Health and Wellness and the International Nurses Day. And of course, discussing an upcoming workshop for PETAL. So stay tuned.
Stay connected in the USA for as low as $10. With Smart Roaming Data Pass, staying connected is simple and affordable. Get the data you need starting at 1,000 megabytes to stay connected, to larger plans that keep you online while you travel across the USA. So you can message, browse, video call, and navigate wherever you go. No SIM swap, no bill shock. Just simple, affordable pricing. Activate easily by dialing star 100# using the Smart app or online. Smart Roaming Data Pass. Staying connected the smart way. Smart, bringing people together.
In the heart of Belize, a battle is being waged, not with weapons, but with choices. When waste is disposed of in unauthorized locations, in our forests, drains, and waterways, along our highways, and in vacant lots, this is illegal dumping. The consequences reach far beyond what we see. Toxic chemicals seep into our groundwater, threatening our drinking water. Disease-carrying mosquitoes breed in abandoned tires, and wildlife mistake our waste for food. For over a decade, the Department of Environment has worked tirelessly to clean up these sites. But they can't do it alone. They need your help. And now, taking action is easier than ever. Download the ArcGIS Survey 123 app to your phone. You can report illegal dump sites. The app records the location, allows you to add photos. Simply open the app, allow location access, fill in basic details about the site, add a photo, and submit. Your report helps us protect our communities and natural resources. Every report matters. Every action counts. Stand proud in protecting our nation. Our Belize, our responsibility. Bini.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corzal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the...
Good evening.
Good evening, I'm Cherie Kelso,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Belize, You're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Good morning, my beautiful people, and welcome back to Sunup on 7. So just before the break, Ren and I went through a number of Culture Shock topics with you, and we're grateful for all the comments and different sides of stories that we've been hearing from you guys. And I will definitely be going to San Miguel to pick up some outfits. But we're jumping into our first topic for this morning, and we're going to be talking about Wired for Change workshop that is currently underway. And with us to discuss this, we have Mr. Damian Moore, who is an artist and grantee from the Caribbean Culture Fund, as well as Dr. Joyanne Defour Bab, Head of Research Office at the University of Belize. So good morning to both of you. How are you doing? Yeah, all of you.
Is there the next person that we didn't know that's hiding behind the couch?
Oh, there are several people.
But this is an exciting conversation.
Yes, it
like
is.
when Brandon was introducing it and we were talking about it, we had one kind of mindset of how it is. So before we even get into all the nitty-gritty, let's talk about what this grant really means and is before we can go into how it's already starting. And we have a deadline that's coming up very soon, but what this can be able to transform the world of art and expression and performance for us. Because I'm thinking that kind of grant wave now that you explained it.
Okay, so the Caribbean Culture Fund Art for Change, which is what it's called. Initially, when I applied, I wasn't sure if I would have gotten it because it was hundreds of grantees from around the Caribbean. So it's a regional fund. And luckily, I got it for Belize. And what it started with was a 1-month research. So the grant sent me to Trinidad to do research in wire bending, welding, costume design, and a number of interviews with artists and creatives in Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh, that's nice.
So
a full month too?
A full month.
And what was that experience like for you then?
Overwhelming. I mean, I've been in the arena for a long time, but to start to do actual research and make it more of to develop capacity building for what I'm going to do, what I started here. It was a lot of information. You know, you're your own cameraman. You're making your notes. You have to be in the mass camps, learning, arranging meetings with different artists, going to different talks. Because Carnival is it's a whole season, and there's a lot more than just the Monday and the Tuesday. So there's a lot of history. You were talking about 240 years of history.
Yeah.
So, and talking to mass men and skills and techniques that were passed down from generation to generation. And the openness in sharing that information with somebody that, is not their own, but is willing to share it with the world or, with other regional artists.
So we started off as a big research, so a serious undertaking with short period of time. And then what then was our next steps?
So the next step was creating sort of like a syllabus. Again, it was capacity building, so it's more than just doing. It's all the paperwork behind it. So the workshops are based on some theory. So things like elements of art and principles of design and all these things have to come into play. So you kind of understand why you do things and how, it all works together. So you just don't do something and don't know why.
You just go with the flow.
Yeah.
So I want to get Dr. Bab into this. how did we get the the research office of UB
Yes,
into this?
for sure. And as Damien mentioned, it involved a lot of research. Many times we just see the end product of Carnival, the pretty costumes, not realizing there's a long legacy. And so when Damien indicated that he was going to Trinidad just before Carnival to interview, that in itself is research that we need to document. And at UB, we do not have a set creative arts department, but this was a great opportunity for us to partner with Damien. And so when he came back, the first thing that we did was a 2-day dance workshop where where a Trinidadian dancer came, because it's not just creating the mask, bending the wire, but also performing. And so we did a 2-day workshop, one that was in Belize City and one at the University of Belize. And so university has been able to provide the spaces, provide the people to be involved in the workshop, and we have been having a lot of fun.
I could imagine.
Creativity run a while. Like
That's
think
right.
about
And
it,
people think creativity, it's just mask making, but there are lots of 21st century skills happening in there: collaboration, problem solving, critical thinking, the same things that we want from our students. And what better way to do, to start with pieces of wire, because I have gone to the workshops.
Did you try to make something?
I did. We started with pieces of wire, and at the end of a couple hours, it turned into something. At the end of a couple of days, because the workshop is going on for 8 or 12 sessions. So each day they're adding and creating. And creativity is really critical. We used Damien when we had our team building exercise in my team at the research office. And he came in with, zip ties, wire, pieces of paper, pieces of cloth, and he said, yes, we're going to do this, and we ended with a beautiful costume. And so it was a team building exercise with creativity, and so that's really very important, and that's why at the university we're proud to be hosting Damien as part of this program.
I love it. So we're at like about 8-12 sessions, something around that.
Around that, yeah.
And then how much more do we have to go? And what would be like, because of course now we're allowing people to have the idea of theory, understanding history, but also understanding new skills and so
the practicality.
Practicality. So how do we take all of this? Like what would be the end product coming from this?
So the end product, ends with a production of 12 costumes that is going to be presented at Flavors of the Jewel, which is happening the 13th of June. And then within that space, we have an exhibition where persons get to view the processes and other costumes that I have produced as well. So they get a closer look of, how things are constructed and the whole process.
So we're having a showdown. Like,
a
real showdown for people to see.
A full theatrical presentation.
Yes. And what's interesting is that many of those persons didn't have that talent before, right? And so we're developing that talent from them, from sketches, from drawings, to wire bending, to creating costumes.
This is one of your...
yes.
I can wear the costumes very well.
So should we be expecting you in Carnival?
I could be. I can
This is incredible, though. I'm just thinking how beautiful the process of putting something on paper and then making it come to life for a student, for any person that's trying to make a vision come to life. And
how many people partook in this whole venture?
In all, I would say we have about 15.
And 12 costumes from that.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've been in worse situations. So. And the thing is, it's not only just about a pretty costume, it's the stories that we're telling. So it's all about storytelling as well, and producing something that means, that has feeling behind it.
Yeah.
These are gorgeous.
So now you wouldn't look at a costume as just a costume. There's a lot of thought, a lot of history, a lot of design, and a lot of talent.
That's
I think that's a picture of there I am.
there
You
she
asked
is.
first. So that was the costume that we did as a part of our human rights group.
Okay.
And we were creating a costume that reflected human rights, but it also enabled us. And I tell you, that started with zip ties.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
This is incredible.
Oh, there I am.
there-
You need to start. I got pictures.
We're obviously going to see her in Carnival.
Well,
Oh, okay, Captain. Let's go, kiddo. Let's do this.
Yeah.
So, I want to ask you, as an instructor, as somebody that's doing all the research, that preparing the syllabus and delivering, what has been the most rewarding portion of this thus far for you?
I mean, I'm no stranger to teaching, so the most rewarding thing has always been seeing participants have that aha moment where they realize that something can be turned into something else, and if they look at a piece of cloth and they see more than just a piece of cloth, it could be manipulated, it could be changed, it could be added to. You could do so much, and I mean, I know that it's like in Trinidad, we say that we have limited materials, but we make that work. And we try to focus on what is already here and mix it with old and new techniques and kind of bring that life back into, the costume making.
I love that, because I know there's been a company. We've had many conversations here with people that are creating costumes, that are doing carnival, that are doing different things, and they talk about the lack of resources. So I like that idea of saying, we have a limited amount of things, but we can still make something from that. We can mix it up together, and I think that idea of learning different techniques helps to enhance what you already have.
Yeah, and people tend to overlook our natural materials as well. One of the garments was made out of just leaves.
Just like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Dried leaves.
Dry leaves. I just went to the side of a park during the time when leaves are falling, and I just picked up dry leaves, put them in a bath with glue, because it helps it to not deteriorate, and made a whole costume out of it.
Amazing.
I love using natural materials.
Wow.
And not everything needs to. Not a costume could be very effective without gems and beads. You could just use,
And it's so beautiful, and I just go back to what my sister was saying. Why are we still on the feathers? There's so many different things that you could use besides the feathers, and here we are with dry leaves.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, my research led me to the conclusion that a lot of the designers are beginning to move away from feathers. One, because sometimes it's not ethically sourced. The dyes are banned in certain places, so you're getting a lot of health issues, and then it's expensive as well. So designers are now finding different alternatives, which was strange because back in the day, feathers weren't a thing.
Right.
So it's kind of moving back to that stage where a lot more creativity is used, and they're creating their own feathers, they're using different other materials, and the costumes are so much more dynamic.
Love it. So again, Damien, this is all debuting. The costumes are debuting. Flavors of the Jewel.
June 13th.
June 13th.
It's going to be at the House of Culture.
At the House of Culture. Tickets are on sale. You could go to Flavors of the Jewel. The link is right there. So, and it's on my page as well.
I'm just saying, I feel like we need more of these workshops.
Yes, we can. In fact, that would be a great session to film. We're going to host in August another shorter workshop. We hosted one, as you say, the months are rolling together, but it was last month. And we invited at least one member from every department at the university to participate. Because, creativity is contagious.
Yeah.
And so when people see what they can do, they go back to their offices with a different idea of what we can make out of what is right around us. So we're happy to be here building the capacity of the nation.
And we just came out of another project, which is the Belize Culture Fund, which I'm a grantee of as well. And we did printmaking, storytelling through printmaking. So what we did, we got stories that are not Mayan stories that are not documented, and the participants interpreted the stories and did prints based on their interpretation of the stories. So they became the actual illustrators for these stories.
Wow. Okay, big things.
Exciting things. And I'm really glad that you guys are creating these spaces for persons to take what we think is not supposed to be done or has never been done and make it be done.
Yeah.
So, kudos to you guys and all the team and everybody that's making it happen. And flavors of the Jews gonna be. June 13th, tickets are on sale. Go and check it out, and we're gonna see exactly what's gonna be taking place. But with that, guys, we're gonna go to our next commercial break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Stay connected in the USA for as low as $10. With Smart Roaming Data Pass, staying connected is simple and affordable. Get the data you need starting at 1,000 megabytes to stay connected to larger plans that keep you online while you travel across the USA. So you can message, browse, video call, and navigate wherever you go. No SIM swap, no bill shock. Just simple, affordable pricing. Activate easily by dialing *100# using the Smart app or online. Smart Roaming Data Pass. Staying connected the smart way. Smart, bringing people together.
In the heart of Belize, a battle is being waged, not with weapons, but with choices. When waste is disposed of in unauthorized locations, in our forests, drains, and waterways, along our highways, and in vacant lots, this is illegal dumping. The consequences reach far beyond what we see. Toxic chemicals seep into our groundwater, threatening our drinking water. Disease-carrying mosquitoes breed in abandoned tires, and wildlife mistake our waste for food. For over a decade, the Department of Environment has worked tirelessly to clean up these sites. But they can't do it alone. They need your help. And now, taking action is easier than ever. Download the ArcGIS Survey 123 app to your phone. You can report illegal dump sites. The app records the location, allows you to add photos. Simply open the app, allow location access, fill in basic details about the site, add a photo, and submit. Your report helps us protect our communities and natural resources. Every report matters. Every action counts. Stand proud in protecting our nation. Our Belize, our responsibility. Bini.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
These charter mints aren't from
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the...
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Shirley Kelso,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Adura Craig.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Good morning, my beautiful people out there, and welcome back to Sunup on 7. Just before the break, we had been speaking about the Wired for Change workshop that's currently undergoing and, well, continuing to go. And it will culminate into 12 different costume designs being revealed at the Flavors of the Jewel event happening on June 13th. Guys, what we've seen here on the show was just a snippet of what is to come. Could you imagine when the reveal comes, right? But moving on into our second topic for today, we're going to be talking about International Nurses Day, which is today. And we're here joined with Ms. Lizette Bell, Chief Nursing Officer at the Ministry of Health and Wellness, as well as Mr. Javier Ortiz, who is the Vice President of the Nursing Association of Belize. So good morning to both of you. How are we doing this morning?
Good morning. I'm doing well, and thank you for having us.
You guys come looking nice.
I know, and
Happy
Nurses Day.
Shirts and everything.
Happy Nurses Day.
Happy Nurses Day. We said that in the intro, and we really mean that.
Yes.
Big up to all the hard-working nurses that literally do crazy hours, but they make sure everything is running so smoothly. So definitely have to big them up.
Thank you. So I want to start talking about International Nurses Day. What are we doing as a country to celebrate our nurses?
Okay, so International Nurses Day is actually celebrated today, which is the 12th, as we mentioned. But nurses, we are special people, so they celebrate us the entire week. So we are celebrated normally from the 6th to the 12th. So since the 6th, there has been several activities in partnership with the association, the Ministry of Health, and the health facilities themselves have recognizing ceremonies for nurses. They have the annual church service, sometimes fun and relaxation day. But Mr. Ortiz here will speak to the different activities that the association did for the nurses.
The association was working hard, so tell us all the good stuff.
So the Nurse Association of Belize, we started last week on the 5th. 5th was our International Midwives Day. So we started with that, and then on the 6th, we started the Nurses Week for T-shirt day that day to open up the week. Then on Friday, we had our national conference, which is an annual conference that we have to celebrate nurses. We had national speakers speaking about relevant issues relating to nurses. So we take it as a forum to grow and develop professionally. And then on Saturday, we had a land clinic that we had more than 100 nurses coming out to sort out any issues. Land application was done. We had a close relationship with the minister himself there with attending to all nurses. So this is basically for us to give something back to our nurses, because as you rightly said, we work night shifts, day shifts, every day, holidays, public and bank holidays, birthdays, Mother's Day. So it's something to give back, you know, and that is what we're doing as association. And then today is the International Nurses Day, birthday of Florence Nightingale, a mother of modern nursing. So today was our T-shirt day, different areas, different hospitals from PG to Corozal. They're doing activities to close out the day, and as well, we invite people to celebrate with us as well.
Definitely. And well, so how can people be a part of celebrating with you guys?
Well, treat a nurse right. Send something to the hospital, send something to the ER department, or anybody, the midwifery, the maternity unit. You know, we have a lot of units throughout the hospitals. So we invite the public and the local businesses, you know, to celebrate us.
I'm going to challenge you on that one, right? So what would you want, like if somebody's going into the hospital today, right? What would you say, like specifically, is like a little nice gesture that somebody could do for a nurse today?
I would say maybe a thank you. Sometimes because of the acuity and the certain situations that relatives and even patients go through, and we deal with it on a daily basis, they forget that we're there for them. And maybe not really forget, but
they get
caught up in their personal and they're not feeling that well. So they just walk out, you know, but maybe a thank you would go a long way. And even a smile, you know.
Yeah, I love that. And then you see, these are like small things that cost you nothing, but just kindness to give to somebody.
Yes.
And I have to say, my mom always praises nurses because all of her experience that she's ever had in the hospital were better because of a loving nurse, a caring nurse, someone that was reassuring her and all that. Because it's beyond just administering medication and like checking and all these different things. Like there's so much counsel and love you guys pour into your patients, and people don't see the little nitty-gritty of it that you guys are showing.
As I've said, it's always a selfless profession. You just give your all in that profession, right? But I want to implore young people now to become a part of this, the nursing profession on a whole, and I understand that there's certain scholarship opportunities.
Yes. So the Ministry of Health and Wellness, every year we normally provide scholarships for nurses at the bachelor's degree level. We also provide for nurses at the practical nurse level. So we already sent out the ad, and so we encourage persons who are coming out of high school and junior college to apply to the University of Belize. And you could also, if you're in the practical nurse program, apply to the St. John's Junior College University and submit your application because there is financial support available for nurses. So in addition to the scholarships, we do have another program which we call the stipend program for those who are already enrolled who may not have a scholarship but having some financial situation, and so we would evaluate the case by case and we give them a stipend of $400 per month until they complete the program. So there are several different initiatives that is in place for us to be able to support student nurses, because if we don't have nurses in the program, then how can we improve the number of nurses that we need in nursing services, in health facilities? So the ministry does invest a lot, and those are entry into nursing programs. But we also have specialities that we need as nurses. So, for example, public health nurses, nurse anesthetists, ORNs, psychiatric nurses. And our ministry also, most of our specialized nurses, I would say like 99%, were trained through the government of Belize.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes, and currently we have a cohort of nurses studying nursing administration at Cave Hill, Barbados.
Oh, wow.
We have in public health at UTEC, Jamaica. And we are working on a psychiatric nurse to start here in August.
Oh, right here.
No, not in Belize. It more than likely would be at the University of the West Indies in Jamaica as well.
Okay.
So a cohort of 17 nurses to do psychiatric nursing.
Please and thank you.
So yes, because there is definitely a need. We have our mental health program is mostly run by nurses. And so we need to expand the services and we need to do more community work. But without the adequate number of human resources, it's very difficult. So, and you know, the ministry has to ensure that we plan appropriately, because it's not only looking at primary care, we have to look at the country and we have to look at hospital services as well. So we need to balance. So it's not an easy task in deciding how we invest and when we invest. It is not only a problem of Belize when it comes to the shortages, but the government has made its commitment and has demonstrated that they are committed to investment in nursing.
100%. I'm really, really happy to hear that there's so many nurses studying right now, because
Yes.
at least you know that when they come back, they can be able to fuel into Belize properly, because there is a shortage, there is a lack, and there's so much need for it. So this is a kind of a sign for our young people out there that are thinking of where they can go, but thinking maybe I can't afford it, or how it is. The government has scholarships, and if you are hearing about this right now, so they can go strictly to the Ministry of Health.
Correct. They can go to the Ministry of Health website or all the Ministry of Health social media accounts, and there is an ad and there is a link there where you can get the form and submit. The date for both of the deadline for both applications, I believe, is the end of June.
Okay,
so you still have time.
Okay.
Most persons would have already applied to the respective universities, so they should be getting their acceptance letter very soon. So they would be able to meet the deadline.
And Ms. Bell, in order to apply for these scholarships, are there any prerequisites other than the graduating from the junior college or?
They need to be accepted into the nursing program. That's important. They also need to have a clean police record.
Okay.
Be 18 years and be a Belizean, and also committed to serving the country, because post completion you are bonded and you must serve, and not the country. We have, because of the extreme shortage, our bond policy has been updated. So now they can only serve in a public health facility or Carl Huchner.
Okay.
Yes.
I appreciate put the boundaries down
Yes,
so that we can
because
know exactly where.
Correct. We have to ensure that we are investing and getting back the services in the public sector as well as Carl Huchner.
How long does it take to study for nursing? Like, if you would do like the normal nursing program and then like do like a specialty, just an average for persons.
4 years at University
Generally.
of Belize. Generally, anywhere it's 4 years for a bachelor degree, and then for any specialization, a master's would be 2 years or 18 months.
Okay.
A certificate in midwifery in Belize is
Midwifery.
18 months.
Okay.
Yeah, so master's would be 2 years. So it depends how much you want to study.
Yes, and it depends the specialty
Yes,
too,
it
because for the nurse anesthetist, they have to go 3 additional years.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yes, because our nurse anesthetists are very competent. They normally do the minor cases on their own with just having the anesthesiologist there as supervision, but they manage cases. So some specialties require a longer period. For example, the public health nurse, they have to do midwifery and public health nursing. So they would study a total of approximately 8 years.
I can imagine psychiatric nurses as well.
Yes, they are 4 and 2, 6.
Does the association have like a listing of like the specialties and everything for all the nurses too? For you could like to see like what we have in our pool of nurses?
Yes, and that would be more the Nurses and Midwives Council of Belize.
Oh, okay, okay.
So nurses to practice in this country, they must be licensed to be official to work. So that's the Nurses and Midwives Council role. They have the register with all the nurses and their specialty. I think the Gazette was
Just
published,
last month.
last month.
Yes.
So you can go in the Gazette and you would see all the nurses who are licensed to practice in Belize. And in addition to that, the council enforces that the nurses must wear their nursing license, because the council gives you your certificate and you also get an ID card, and you should have your ID on you at all times.
Yeah.
So that the public know that you are licensed to practice and in what category.
Mr. Javier, as we're coming to the close of this segment here, for those persons who are out there and might be interested or thinking about joining the nursing profession, I want to invite you to implore upon them why they should be a part of this.
So as our topic for this year is empowering nurses, we want to belong to 30 million nurses in the entire world. That is what we're celebrating today, over 30 million nurses worldwide. This comes from the International Council of Nurses. So we want to be an elite group. We are an elite group.
You guys already, yeah.
We are an elite group. We have so many specialties. And at the end of the day, like you mentioned earlier, it's a vocation. It's something you have to care for others. You have to love it. You have to do it responsibly, and you have to care. So we want to invite any young person that is willing to join. It's something that's fulfilling, and not anybody can do it. Just the strong can do it. So I would say that not anybody can do it.
Definitely, I agree with you there.
Not everybody could do it.
Not everybody could do it, yes. But definitely everyone has the potential to at some point. So I just want to invite them and celebrate with us. Like I said, we belong to an elite group in the entire world, and we're always needed, and I don't think that's going to change.
That is very true. Very, very, very true. And Ms. Bell, any final words as we're closing the segment?
Okay, yes, I would like to appeal again to all the young persons out there to join the profession. It's very rewarding. It's a profession where you are able to interact daily with all different types of persons, with different characters, different attitudes, but you're trained well to be able to deal with all the different situations that may arise. And it's a profession where there is ability for upward mobility. There is opportunity for training. There is opportunity for study leave. And so we in Belize, we support our nurses. We empower them. It's not like, you know, in the other countries where if you want to become a midwife, you want to become a nurse specialist, it comes out of your pocket.
Yeah.
But in Belize, that is not so. So even though you see our nurses who are migrating, but to some of those countries, they will never get those opportunities like they would get here in Belize. So these are things that you have to consider when joining the profession. And we welcome you. And we would like you to celebrate with us and be nice to a nurse today and every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Emphasis on the every day.
So thank you all for
Thank you very
having
much.
us as well on the show.
No problem.
Thank
And
you.
continue to do the great work to make sure nurses are appreciated, served, and, you know, doing what they need to do at their fullest capacity.
Yes, and I forgot to mention from the Ministry of Health and Wellness side, we have a rest and relaxation day at Rendezvous Key for our nurses.
Oh, what?
So we do 2 sessions, and so that our nurses in the public health system can get a chance to go on the rest and relaxation day sponsored by the Ministry of Health.
Because they deserve it.
Yes, all that and so much more. So 100%. Big up to all our nurses. Happy International Nurses Day to every single one of you guys. Want to go out there and be nice to a nurse, a smile, a thank you, a leave
See a
gift,
nurse, hug a nurse. I don't
hug a
know.
nurse, whatever it is, but let them know how much you appreciate the hard work they do. With the crazy hours, sometimes they have to work and they still show up and give you the best service. So let's celebrate them.
All right.
And with that, guys, we're going to go to our next commercial break. And when we're back, we go into our final conversation with Petal talking about our upcoming workshop. Stay tuned.
Stay connected in the USA for as low as $10. With Smart Roaming Data Pass, staying connected is simple and affordable. Get the data you need starting at 1,000 megabytes to stay connected to larger plans that keep you online while you travel across the USA. So you can message, browse, video call, and navigate wherever you go. No SIM swap, no bill shock. Just simple, affordable pricing. Activate easily by dialing star 100# using the Smart app or online. Smart Roaming Data Pass. Staying connected the smart way. Smart, bringing people together.
In the heart of Belize, a battle is being waged, not with weapons, but with choices. When waste is disposed of in unauthorized locations, in our forests, drains, and waterways, along our highways, and in vacant lots, this is illegal dumping. The consequences reach far beyond what we see. Toxic chemicals seep into our groundwater, threatening our drinking water. Disease-carrying mosquitoes breed in abandoned tires, and wildlife mistake our waste for food. For over a decade, the Department of Environment has worked tirelessly to clean up these sites. But they can't do it alone. They need your help, and now taking action is easier than ever. Download the ARC GIS Survey 123 app to your phone. You can report illegal dump sites. The app records the location, allows you to add photos. Simply open the app, allow location access, fill in basic details about the site, add a photo, and submit. Your report helps us protect our communities and natural resources. Every report matters. Every action counts. Stand proud in protecting our nation. Our Belize, our responsibility. Bini.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corzal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Cherie Culsel,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Good morning, my beautiful people, and welcome back to Sunup on 7. So just before the break, we were talking with the Ministry of Health as well as the Nurses Association of Belize about International Nurses Day, which is celebrated again today. So if you see a nurse, please be appreciative of that person. Hug them, give them gifts, let them feel appreciated because they are such a wonderful part of our society and very necessary at that. But we're jumping into our final conversation for today, and we're going to be talking about an information and educational fair. And this has been done by Petal. And with us on the couch this morning, we have Charisse Talbert, who's the founder of Petal.
No, I'm not.
I'm not the founder?
No, on live TV you're saying that they're going to come at me. No, I'm the current president.
Current president, president of Petal. So, Charisse, thank you for joining us here on the couch.
Thank you for
No
having me.
stranger to our couch here. But let's start talking about this information and educational fair. What is this all about?
So one of our donors that we have, our partner, CVC, Caribbean Vulnerable Communities out of Jamaica, reached out to us and asked us because Petal usually does an education and awareness raising around GBV that we do monthly. And so they asked, because it's something that we do going into the communities, if we would mind hosting an education and information fair. And I was like, but we already do this. So they were like, no, we want you to be more focused on around access to services.
Okay.
And particular services like healthcare, vocational training, access to housing, and yes. And so I was like, okay, sure, we could do this. And it's around wanting to have more inclusion of these access to services. As you know, promoting empowerment through awareness for lesbian and bisexual women, Petal, we are an LBT organization. And we do engage our community in kind of bridging of allowing them to be able to access services, how easier it is to access services, what's available, what's not available, the different avenues that you can access, which is engaging our partners too. So the fair allows us to bring those partners together so that the community could know what's available, how you go about accessing these services too.
Because and we were just talking during the break, and like you rightfully said, people might know the services are there, but how easily accessible is it, or how do they even begin to step in the right direction to access these services?
Exactly.
So you speak of these partners here. Could you give us an insight as to what all partners will be out there?
Definitely. As I said, it's very targeted in terms of access to particular services that kind of has come to light that is more harder for community to access. And when I say our community, I mean the extended LGBT plus community. And so there's housing, so we invited the Ministry of Housing. We also invited like hand-in-hand ministry because they do provide housing. Some of our partners that we've invited, unfortunately, this is a very busy week, Nurses Week, Teachers Week, all these things happening. So, some persons aren't available and some are only available for a limited amount of time, but we'll take it still. So we've invited as well the Ministry of Health, so particularly the VCT. We've invited the National AIDS Commission. We've invited the vocational schools like Ladyville Technical, Tubal, IT Vet. We've also invited other LGBT organizations because we want persons to be able to know what exactly exists in terms of what services are being provided. Because as you rightly said, we believe that people know that, oh, got a Sunup and you could get all this done at Sunup, or go to that particular agency and they can do all of this, and that's not necessarily the case. So it provides them with the access as well to the information so that they could become more educated and more empowered in terms of when you need to access these services, how you go about accessing the services, where is the right place for you to go to access these services to, and exactly what is available from that particular agency providing the service.
Excellent.
Will there be any of the partners that will actually be providing the services there, or is just
Yes, yes. That's a part of letting people know what's available there, because I know that they intend to do, for example, testing. That's something that's always available through the ministry, and so I know that's one of the services that's going to be provided. We invited as well legal aid because that's something too that's very much needed, and a lot of persons don't know how to access legal aid.
Very true.
And I have to say, even my own self, too, was kind of not as familiar as to how to access the services. So people would say, oh, but you do this work, so you should know. No, I don't know everything, So it gives them the opportunity to know that if you need to access legal aid, this is the process of how you access it. This is what we can do and what we cannot do, So, yeah.
And so when exactly is this education fair?
It's on Friday, May 15th, and it's going to be right downtown here in the Battlefield Park from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m.
Is there anything that you said that some of these partners will be giving, or not just giving, but teaching about services and actually giving the services there? Is there anything that you would say people should be walking around with, like a ID or
anything they need to bring with them?
No, just an open mind to learning. Because our partners that are there, like for example, I'm going to be bashed for this, across the street there is also a service provider, but a lot of persons don't know exactly what is being provided from that particular department.
I actually don't know,
You don't?
I know the department, but I'm like, what all services, what does it entail?
Exactly, and so that means that we are supposed to see your face at the fair.
Great.
So yes, it gives them the opportunity for them to be able to share, and so they're going to have on display all the information that they can package right there, as well as, there are going to be persons there at the booth as well, interacting and engaging you through fun games as well. You can win prizes. So yeah, they're going to be providing that information in a very detailed package, short span of time of engaging you of what's available. So I would just say come with an open mind, and it's open to the general public as well to come and learn. You can never learn too much or not learn enough.
That's 100%.
I agree.
That is
Yeah.
true. So definitely, as we have the flyer out there, this is all the details for persons. Where can they go to get this information, just in case they want to go?
It's on our Facebook page. We have it on our Facebook page, and I'm sure if they're looking at Sunup this morning, they're going to see as well the flyer sharing. We're also going to have the police. How can I forget? The police is a very important part of our partners that we work with. So they will as well. The community policing will be one of the booths that will be there too.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And will, in that same aspect, because I'm just thinking about the idea, and you mentioned earlier that you guys do GBV services and so forth, to just kind of educate people. Will people be able to learn from the police there, like maybe how to make reports? What are the processes of that too?
This is the intention of having all these agencies there to allow for that, bridging that gap of providing the information. And, you know, sometimes it's better when it's one-on-one because some persons are very much intimidated by going into a space and asking certain questions, especially if you go into a space and it's crowded and you want to ask a question that you believe is very stupid, you won't ask it. So it provides that opportunity for a person to be able to engage them and like, how do I go about doing this? Or I had this particular encounter when I tried to do this thing. And then you could learn like, well, maybe that was not what you were supposed to do, or there was not where you're supposed to go. And so it's intended to provide that.
And I love the aspect that some of these organizations are intertwined with each other, because just on the aspect of GBV, yes, you could access the police, but what happens when there are children involved? And then you have the BFLA and the social services department and all of those things that take charge of certain aspects of that entire realm, right?
Yes.
So you go out there, you get your full education as to what can be done in these services and where they are located and how you can get in contact with them.
Exactly.
For your own sanity.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Because like I said, as much as we believe that the general public is very much aware of what is offered and how they can access it, they're still not as familiar. So we said, let's go in a central area where people will be passing. It's payday, so clearly they will be passing by to go to the banks or the stores. So, you know.
So they have to pass the area if they're going to go check up at least some buy at least some.
Yeah, we won't be selling anything, but yes, definitely they can stop in and learn of the different services because, for example, you know that BFLE has extended their services, providing NHI services. It allows a person to know, like, okay, now at BFLA, you can now do all these things, you know? So, yes.
And I encourage people not only to go, but bring a friend to tell persons about it too, so that people have access to information. I really like how you said we often think that people know. And the reality is a lot of persons don't know, or they have a limited knowledge of how much they know about certain institutions and what services they
could know about the information.
And we know our community too. We are going to be there with the information. They're not going to ask, and when we move away, and then they ask you the question, and they were right there where they should have asked. So, yes.
So definitely, please, ask Al no question. There's no such thing as a dumb question. If you don't know, just ask, man. Ask. Just ask.
That's what they're there for.
Exactly. Access it, because sometimes you would call these institutions or so, and they wouldn't be able to answer
the
or you call, your job. All kind of things can happen, you know.
Yeah.
So you have them live and in person right there. Utilize that completely. But, kudos to you guys for making sure this is possible.
Well, we try.
And, it's a lot of dynamics, a lot of different persons are going to be there. So definitely thank you guys for making sure access is available, inclusion is happening, and that people can be able to see what's available for them.
Is there any prospect of this going nationwide?
Definitely, because even when we do our GBV education and awareness raising, it's not something that's only central to here in the city. We do go into the other areas, less populated areas to more urban areas, so that people are able to receive the information and learn about access. So definitely.
Excellent. So the information is up there, guys. Information and education fair happening at Battlefield Park, 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. this Friday. Payday, May 15th. Pull up. Tell a friend, and let's be able to share this good information.
Definitely.
With that, we've come to the ending of this segment. We're going to go to our last commercial break, and when we're back, we're going to be wrapping up today's show. Stay tuned.
Stay connected in the USA for as low as $10. With Smart Roaming Data Pass, staying connected is simple and affordable. Get the data you need starting at 1,000 megabytes to stay connected, to larger plans that keep you online while you travel across the USA, so you can message, browse, video call, and navigate wherever you go. No SIM swap, no bill shock, just simple, affordable pricing. Activate easily by dialing *100# using the Smart app or online. Smart Roaming Data Pass. Staying connected the smart way. Smart, bringing people together.
In the heart of Belize, a battle is being waged, not with weapons, but with choices. When waste is disposed of in unauthorized locations, in our forests, drains, and waterways, along our highways, and in vacant lots, this is illegal dumping. The consequences reach far beyond what we see. Toxic chemicals seep into our groundwater, threatening our drinking water. Disease-carrying mosquitoes breed in abandoned tires, and wildlife mistake our waste for food. For over a decade, the Department of Environment has worked tirelessly to clean up these sites. But they can't do it alone. They need your help, and now taking action is easier than ever. Download the ArcGIS Survey 123 app to your phone. You can report illegal dump sites. The app records the location, allows you to add photos. Simply open the app, allow location access, fill in basic details about the site, add a photo, and submit. Your report helps us protect our communities and natural resources. Every report matters. Every action counts. Stand proud in protecting our nation. Our Belize, our responsibility. Binic.
These charter remains aren't
We're
on our
navigating
plan.
along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Cherie Culsel,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craig.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
In the heart of Belize, a battle is being waged, not with weapons, but with choices. When waste is disposed of in unauthorized locations, in our forests, drains, and waterways, along our highways, and in vacant lots, this is illegal dumping. The consequences reach far beyond what we see. Toxic chemicals seep into our groundwater, threatening our drinking water. Disease-carrying mosquitoes breed in abandoned tires, and wildlife mistake our waste for food. For over a decade, the Department of Environment has worked tirelessly to clean up these sites. But they can't do it alone. They need your help, and now taking action is easier than ever. Download the ArcGIS Survey 123 app to your phone. You can report illegal dump sites. The app records the location, allows you to add photos. Simply open the app, allow location access, fill in basic details about the site, add a photo, and submit. Your report helps us protect our communities and natural resources. Every report matters. Every action counts. Stand proud in protecting our nation. Our Belize, our responsibility. Binic.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Stay connected in the USA for as low as $10. With Smart Roaming Data Pass, staying connected is simple and affordable. Get the data you need starting at 1,000 megabytes to stay connected to larger plans that keep you online while you travel across the USA. So you can message, browse, video call, and navigate wherever you go. No SIM swap, no bill shock. Just simple, affordable pricing. Activate easily by dialing *100# using the Smart app or online. Smart Roaming Data Pass. Staying connected the smart way. Smart, bringing people together.
We are back, boozers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You realize you could say like a word, so much different ways and it could just sound nice. We are here at the last minutes, for the last minutes of our wrap up for today. And we definitely have to thank all our guests who were able to be on the couch, talking and ranging from Wired for Change and their ongoing workshop that's going to be completed. And we're going to be seeing the beautiful pieces for Flavors of Jewel. Flavors of Jewel. At the House of Culture, June 13th. Landing that does Soul Clay. She's gonna be doing some pieces for that. Then of course, Ministry of Health and Wellness as well as the Nurses Association of Belize coming to talk about International Nurses Day. Be nice to a nurse today and every single day. They're so amazing. We love them. Seriously, big you guys up. And then of course, Petal that's talking about their upcoming information and education fair that's happening this Friday at the Battlefield Park from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. A range of different services. Check out their Facebook page to see all the persons that are going to be out there. But we've come to the end, and like I tell you, I have to do a big up because the After Dark was amazing. We went on Friday, guys, and it was a spectacular show. Hilarious, but I love how in the beginning they had that really good public service announcement of like, this is serious. This is a real situation for many people out there. They don't take it lightly, although there's going to be humor here. Understand that, like, you should be able to make reports. You should feel safe to do these things. And I have to big up the entire cast and everybody that was doing their thing, but specifically Mary Frances, because she did a phenomenal job at like portraying, a woman that is really battling and struggling with loving her husband and being abused and everything. And when she started crying, I was like, Mary, don't do this to me, man. Like, I'm gonna feel it. I was like, wow. So incredible, incredible performance. I had messaged her about it, but I said, I have to just like really publicly say, because she represented it so well, she owned the character.
And the thing is that it was at that point, and when you're up there on the stage and you just hear the complete silence there.
Yeah.
Everybody just zoned in, because I don't think people were expecting that much of a fight.
Yeah, because the way how Andrew Munnings, big up to you too, my OG. People never like, they didn't even clap for Andrew at the ending like that. Like, you barely made a clap for Andrew, like, when
and guys, let's just get it in our, we are acting.
We're just acting. But when Andrew dragged Mary Frances in her head, I was like, I feel it. But the thing is, this is real life situations where persons go through this, like in public, in private, like they face these things. Sometimes their children have to see these things. It's the reality. Like, you see this up there and you're like, man, it's rough, but this is some people's life right now, as I speak, some people
And
are going through it.
That in the play occurred in public. Imagine what happens behind private doors.
Exactly. And I love how you are able to also depict from the male side that, you know, sometimes women, they really bring down their man, they pint up, they treat them like kono mono and all kind of thing. And like, we don't take that into consideration. It's always just the female side. So I was glad to see, you know,
the different
angles of it. So definitely, even the human trafficking aspect in there. I was like, man, y'all touching the corner. So there was so much comedy, but there was so much truth and reality in that. So a phenomenal job to Miss Melissa from Reading Rights and the gentleman, I can't remember his name. Matthew Barrow, that did an excellent addition to the entire play to make it
His
complete.
part was
It was
intense.
so intense.
That part was intense that he wrote in there. I remember reading through it and I'm like, what? Wow. And then Tasha Chuck Williams, she did an amazing job portraying that woman as well.
Yes, Miley got me rough. So,
you know,
definitely.
interestingly enough, you guys on Friday night were well behaved because Saturday night, Saturday night with all the people women to interact with, like Saturday night were wild. There were several points I had to like keep my straight face and not laugh because of some of the things that were being like hurled at us.
Yeah,
And they're like, man, Saturday was lit.
Was litty.
Yes.
I think our group were like, we made understand the seriousness of it. So like when at the times things made it said like we just made it left it for make it be and everything. There were a couple of times that people said a couple of things here, but definitely, I mean like our people them and
Saturday night.
The Bembe gal women really like everybody say Ray.
Yes, Kalia or Rashima.
She that real Crawford, my legal. And the flow still do to that the thing where I just not understand. Anyways.
You know the funny part is, she have been one of them where I just had to hold my laughter in because she'd pass her random and like interact with. She like go for her or do something like.
Yes.
I just went like once while I read the dictionary and I just look across into the VIP and I just see she up on top of the sofa just watching, the listening for them people coming. I'm like.
She did deep in.
She really did deep in. Big up to you, Kalia.
But definitely, yes. And of course, guys, as we're wrapping up, I need to make a small correction for my shirt. I said Mrs. Cook, it's supposed to be Mrs. Pop from San Miguel. I mean, the village is correct, but it's just Mrs. Pop. So I had to just big up the correct person because they give flowers where flowers due. But Brandon said he's going to be messaging in her.
Yes.
And getting his shirt, guys. So when you see me and Brandon are twinsies and he got his version and I got mine, not say nothing. Just know we will act nice. So with that, guys, we've come to the ending of the show. Thank you for everybody that's been viewing and sharing sentiments and moments and everything with us. Have an amazing Two Tablets Tuesday. I will not be here tomorrow, but join Brandon and I back on Thursday and Kevin and whoever amazing host is going to be with him on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. Because I had to just think just now.
Bye, guys.
Whiny, whine your boom boom. Whiny, whine your boom boom. Wine Miss Tiny, roll back Miss Tiny.
A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today. You will discover how the world turns each day. When the sun comes up